I can drop a world lead, I don't even like running. You gotta run fast just to go and get some money. I'm no Elias K, you know how I'm coming. I ain't going to no Olympics, I ain't running, I ain't jumping. I can make 100,000 at the crib being funny.
Boys and girls, the men's and women 100-meter semifinals just went off. And let's just say that they did not disappoint. Now in this video, I want to talk about the women's 100-meter semifinals. A lot of people who we thought were going to get through, pretty much all the people we thought would get through, all got through, from Melissa to Tina Clayton, Julian Alfred, Marie Jose Taloo, Sharika, Shelly Ann, Sha'Carri, and Dina Asher Smith. Yesterday, we saw in the first round, we had the likes of Adara Nita go out and run a personal best in a first round, run 10.94 from gun to the tape, leaning at the line. And she proceeded today to run 11.0 and couldn't even make it out of the semifinals. And that's just the factor of when you mismanage your rounds, it never goes good. You got to make sure that you run your final in the final versus the first round or the semifinal. It seems like a lot of these women are starting good, but their back ends aren't that good anymore, or they aren't starting good and their back ends are okay. It seems like only two people really put together a complete race that was really impressive in my opinion. And it was Julian Alfred and Melissa Jefferson. I think that they put together some really good races. They didn't really go that hard, either one of them. And that's why I was so surprised by the time that Melissa ran. She pretty much used minimal effort. Like yesterday, I saw that she used no effort at all. And she ran a 10.9. And then today, she just accelerated a little better. But on the back end, really didn't use that much, just maintain her form and ran 10.7 low. So I feel like we're about to see something in the finals from her and Julian Alfred that we just haven't seen in a while, or that we just don't see often, for lack of better terms. And who looks good for a bronze medal? I'm not sure. I think Marie Jose Taloo, I think her back end is a lot better than a lot of these other women who are running. And I think that's because that plays into the part of her running these recent 200s, getting back into the 200, enhancing her speed endurance, and not just running the 200, qualifying for the championships and being ready to run it at the championships as well. So her being able to compete in the 200 at a high level, I think that it's taking her through the rounds really well. And it's also costing her not to really get caught on the back end as bad, because she's a good starter, but typically good starters don't finish as well. And she's finishing pretty well. She's getting out and maintaining. Then we had the likes of Shelly Ann, who was an automatic qualifier in her heat. She ran 11.0, which was a decent run for her. And I think it's her second fastest time this year. So I think that she's getting ready. And also running well at the right time of the year and the right time of the season, especially with this being her last championships, and also making another final at 38 years old. I saw a lot of people saying that she got into the final. It was pretty easy. She was in a fairly easy heat. I think that the only like tougher heat was the first heat. So the other heats were like fairly easy if you look at them from top to bottom. But she got through as an automatic qualifier. She looked really well. She got out. And yeah, it looks pretty decent. And then you had a Sha'Carri Richardson in another heat who ran the exact same time, but it didn't look as good in my opinion. She got out and then she stumbled after about 5 or 6 steps. And then she recovered fairly decent and ran herself into the third spot, surpassing Daryl Nita within the last 15, 20 meters of the race, and get herself into the final with the fastest qualifying time, or the fastest non-qualifying time, to say so. But I think all in all, this is shaping up to be a very, very, very decent final. Oh, Sharika Jackson as well. Sharika Jackson ran 10.97. She got out fairly well. It was another race too, I saw her get out. It seems like she's having like really decent starts, but her transition is like, it seems like it's super rushed. It kind of reminds me of like Fred Curley. Her transition seems like rushed. She just like instantly pops up, and then her finish isn't as strong, especially for her to be like a 200-meter runner or come from a 200, 400 background, it seems like the finish isn't there despite the start being there. Even the transition as well. It doesn't seem like the transition is there either. But she ran a decent race for her heat. I think she ended up winning it. She ran 10:97. Oh no, actually she got second in the heat. I'm tripping. Taloo won the heat. Shericka Jackson got second, and Sha'Carri Richardson was like a close third behind. But I really think that 3rd through 8th, everybody is really running within the same range. So it's really going to come down to, when it comes to that bronze medal, I already got it locked and loaded that Melissa Jefferson and Julian Alfred are fighting for the top 2 spots. Yeah, they can decide who gets what medal and what place in the final, but I already have them just fighting for the top 2 spots. But that 3rd spot, it's seeming like damn near everybody else in the heat can get this 3rd spot. It's just gonna come down to who execute the best. We've seen people have good starts but don't finish, or people have good finishes, don't have a good start. I think it's gonna be the person who can put together the complete race in the final, react well to the gun, hold their technique, be in the mix, and be able to close well. And that's going to be the person, in my opinion, that walks away with the bronze medal. Now, I'm not sure who that would be. If I had to choose like a person at gunpoint right now, I would say it would be Taloo. Yeah, probably Taloo, because she's been really consistent in her race pattern, especially on the circuit. Through the rounds, she's been looking well. She haven't been crashing out through the rounds, running 10-8 the first round, 10-7 the first round. So I think that she's right in that range, and if she can hold her composure and put together another decent race in this final, that she will be leaving with another medal, which would make her 3rd world championship medal in her career, in which she made her world championship debut in 2017, where she received her 1st medal. So how bittersweet would it be for 8 years later you to be receiving your 3rd medal? And also, she hasn't received a medal since 2019. So it's been 5-6 years since she received her last medal. So that will be a really, really big accomplishment for her, for the continent of Africa, for the Ivory Coast, for Coach John Smith, for Nike, all of the above. And then at 36 years old, her being able to say, yeah, I got on this podium at 36, that'll be a big achievement as well. But y'all let me know what y'all think down below in the comments about these women's semifinals.
World champion of what? World champion of what?
I can chop a world lead, I don't even like running. You gotta run fast just to go and get some money. I'm no Elias K, you know how I'm coming. I ain't going to no Olympics, I ain't running, I ain't jumping. I can make 100,000 at the crib being funny.